Well, I think unless there's anything else you'd like to speak about before we get to our final segment of the
No,
year, our favorite, our asshole of the year.
it's almost weird that it took this long for this to happen.
Yeah, we started out 5 years ago. Started in September of 2019, just before the pandemic hit. Little did we know we would be podcasting remotely. It would be the perfect hobby to have during a global pandemic, and it's grown from there. And so this is now our fifth asshole of the year. First year was Addison Russell, of course. Second year was Rob Manfred, which we could probably nominate every single year. Although I think the
He,
rules changes this year were pretty damn popular, so maybe he doesn't earn those honors this year by any means. But
although I think he's just kind of inked on the ballot. He will never be
yeah,
removed
yeah,
because he's always going to do some dick move.
we'll keep
I
him on the
mean,
ballot. I like
he's
that.
he's always he's just got a permanent spot. He's in the number one slot no matter what.
We gave the entire Mets organization this dishonor 2 years ago, and last year it was Fernando Tatis Jr. for crashing his motorcycle and getting busted for PEDs, trying to be
Oh,
the
Fernando.
supposed face of baseball, completely ruined his reputation. But so I think we've had a fantastic list of assholes of the year, very very worthy. And I think you're right. It's kind of amazing it's taken this long, but the perfect asshole of the year for 2023 has to be one Jerry Reinsdorf.
Yeah, he single-handedly in over 2 years, two baseball seasons, has, for me personally, and anyone who listens to this is well aware of this, is had completely destroyed my love for baseball.
I've seen it. We
He
witness anybody that watches this podcast or listens to us. You've seen it throughout these last 2 years, how it's happened. Your face looks different almost.
my Smitty was struggling to even get me to get back on towards an end of the year podcast because
I mean, it's
I
like
could
pulling
not
teeth.
even talk about baseball. I
That's why
even
I'm making Jerry my personal asshole of the year, because he's ruined my friend's love for baseball. Might ruin this podcast if
it
you
was
don't get their shit
close. It was
together.
close. I was like, fuck, I don't even know if I want to do the podcast anymore. It's so bad.
I can't
But
blame you. I mean, I hope you soldier on, but I can
no,
understand why you'd be so
I
pissed.
I've come out of it because when we had that first podcast back,
It's fun,
it was very therapeutic. It can be
right?
very therapeutic. But Jerry Reinsdorf's gross mismanagement of the White Sox as a functioning as a small market team in a major market is just unforgivable as a fan. And I can live with a little bit of like, okay, you want to run your organization as a business, fine.
Yeah,
I get that to a degree. So I'm not gonna like, they were at one point the seventh highest payroll in Major League Baseball.
yeah.
So they just didn't get the results from it that we thought. But when it has come down to signing any major talent that would have taken the roster that Rick Hahn had constructed via trade in a
Mm-hmm.
rebuild and brought in two or three key veteran pieces to push them over the top,
That's the
it
phrase.
never got done.
They never pushed it over the top. Just like you said, that's the one failing of Rick Hahn, and that's what cost them their jobs. Hahn and Williams.
Williams, yeah.
They were not able to push it over the top with that one key free agent, just like you said, because everything else was there. Whatever chemistry issues that were there that could have been mitigated by star players potentially. So yeah, I mean, I wrote a blog piece about a month or so ago, kind of chronicling comedically as best I could everything that Jerry's done this year. I thought maybe I'd go through
Yeah,
that.
I think it's worth going through. I mean, this is our asshole of the year. We shouldn't leave it at a few sentences. So let's give
Well,
him his due.
back when this used to be a blog, you and I used to write every day almost. We
Yeah,
were
then we
writing
got bored with
shows.
that. We said, let's
Yeah,
just talk.
yeah. The technology got to the point where it was actually
Who's got
easier
time to write?
yeah, it was easier to podcast than it was to write anymore. But so I went for a throwback. I actually wrote a blog piece because I was so inspired by the assholishness of one Jerry Reinsdorf. I had to chronicle it all. So I called the piece "How to Make Your Fan Base Wish You Would Hurry Up and Die Already in 10 Easy Steps." Because I think the only, and you've mentioned it, the only way White Sox fans can feel like they're ever going to get out of this spiral is for him to get rid of the team. And one way that the fastest way is probably for him to die, considering how old is he now? 82, 83?
87?
Oh,
No.
Jesus. I don't know if he's that old, but so yes,
thought
we
he was
are
up there.
disparaging an old man at death's door, but he deserves it. Step number 1 of
87, by the way. I was right. Yeah,
Jesus.
87. Yeah.
Step number 1 of how to make your fan base wish you would hurry up and die already in 10 easy steps. Number 1 is publicly state finishing in second place every year is your goal. He's actually done that on multiple occasions.
He has.
Which is, if that's your goal, it's understandable as a business. The philosophy there is you keep the fans interested, you keep them buying season tickets, but you don't have to really pay for a winner. You can be a mediocre, middling team, but you're always kind of in the mix. Don't say it publicly. Like, what are you doing? That's just, I don't think it's stupid. I think he's just that arrogant. He just does not care what anyone thinks, and he will just 100%. Tell everyone to their face what he's doing. Number 2 is build a roster full of entitled underachievers. I think we've chronicled that to some degree. That's not necessarily his fault, but he was the overseer of all of it. They decided to pay a lot of those players that I criticized at the time, and we saw that's led to a malaise over the club, and I think that was a key failure. Number 3, hire your drunk buddy to manage, then let him hang around to influence the front office after he failed. He was just in the news last week. He's still in the decision-making process in the room with Chris Getz when they're doing stuff. It's like, get this drunk out of there. Like, what is happening? He's clearly out of touch with baseball. The game has passed him by, yet he is still a key decision maker, part of the key decision-making group with the White Sox. And it's just, considering how unpopular it was, it's got to drive people nuts every time you see his name. Number 4, cancel your annual fan fest for dubious reasons.
Oh God. Yeah. This is embarrassing. Like that no one within the White Sox organization wants to go to Sox Fest because they know it's just going to be malicious.
Yeah. But they blame COVID. It's the only event that's been canceled over COVID over the last 3 years, probably. I mean, are we still canceling things because of COVID? Although I am seeing a spike in COVID cases.
The vid.
But we're not canceling events anymore. But the White Sox take every opportunity to cancel the Sox Fest. I think you are doing some kind of thing this year, but they're not calling it Sox Fest. They're calling it something else. So COVID killed Sox Fest. That's just ridiculous. They're just scared to talk to the fans. It's embarrassing.
I mean, it is.
Number 5, raise your season ticket prices after finishing 500.
Yeah, I was publicly on the air about that, and I did a whole segment about it. Did not renew.
Yeah, I don't blame you. Number 6, publicly laugh at the idea of spending money on top free agents. We're not going to be in on the Shohei Ohtani deal. The assembled media laughed right with him, which is because everybody knows, of course, he's not. But just to laugh at that, the notion.
We will be in on the Eric Fadi deal, though, from Korea. The only ones.
Number 7, trade your only likable, productive player to Miami. Of course, referencing Jake Berger. That was just such a kick to the dick. I think you got a good pitcher in return, but literally he's the only likable guy for that at that point.
Who was under team control forever, and
he had a monster second half in Miami too.
Yeah, he did.
Brutal. Lose over number 8. Sorry. Lose over 100 games when you were expected to easily win the division. I famously picked you to go to the World Series.
Yeah, do it again next year.
I implored you to win a division because you had so much more talent than everyone else in the division. and yet 100 games, 101 losses. Number 9, start another rebuild by trying to recreate your chronically mediocre division rival, the Kansas City Royals.
There we go. There's a good one. Yes.
Why on earth would you emulate the Royals? It seems obvious what they're doing with of course Getz, who is from the Royals organization, all the Royals pickups you've made, the rumors that you're going after Pablo Sandoval or no,
Salvador Perez.
Salvador Perez.
I mean, I'd rather emulate the Royals as they are right now, who has spent what, over $100 million in the offseason?
Maybe he'll see that and say, "Oh, I should try that now."
Man, let's spend some money. We got $90 million more to spend.
It's such a weird thing. I just don't know why you'd try to emulate the Royals. But I mean, you could emulate, successful organizations. You look to them. I mean, the Royals did have a run in 14 and 15.
Yeah.
But that's a long time ago. And number 10, let your wildly popular and nationally renowned broadcaster leave for another division rival in my Detroit Tigers.
Yeah.
Just the coup de grace, the last straw. You let Benetti go. The one good thing. You let him go because you didn't like him. And you literally told people you don't like just didn't like him.
Yeah, go ahead, interview for whoever you want.
Just unbelievable. Oh, I have to throw in a bonus, number 11.
What?
It just happened last week. He was in Nashville meeting with city officials, but that had nothing to do with leveraging a new stadium.
No, he just happened to be in town.
Yeah, or potentially moving the franchise to.
They're moving it to that. I'm telling you, this West Side Mecca.
Yeah,
I'm looking forward to that. My dome stadium on the West Side.
Wow,
it's gonna pull me back in 100%. Yeah. Especially since I'll probably be paying for it anyway.
Oh, you will. That's why I moved out of the state of Illinois.
I said I'll be paying for it. So I want to go see where my money went, where my $10 went.
At least I'm not paying for it anymore. I paid enough for Sox Park, so
yeah.
I did have one bonus one that I saw on Twitter that I thought was too hilarious. Number 12.
2 bonus then.
Okay, yeah, 2 bonuses. They're going to ban grilled onions because they're so
popular. Yeah, that was hilarious.
They're just way too popular.
That was when you said to me, I think this would break his back, or this would be your final straw.
There'd be riots.
The at Sox type things, final straw.
Yeah, if we couldn't get Polish with at Sox games, what the fuck are we doing? So
yeah, I mean, seriously.
Jesus Christ, but I don't know if you wanted to pile on or add to that, but I thought that at least
I think that was
the major points.
That was a great summary of Reinsdorf's reign as White Sox president of operations of the whole thing. I mean,
owner.
he
chairman.
I guess he got more lucky with the Bulls and that Jordan pick than really.
Pretty lucky, considering what they've done since Jordan.
Yes, then really like going all in with the Bulls, and he's the guy who, they got the 6 championships, him and Jerry Krause, and it's kind of like Krause was a stooge too,
Organizations about championships.
Yeah, so I mean, you wonder if the Bulls would have any championships if Jordan didn't fall to him while he was there. So, I mean, I was always kind of giving him the benefit of the doubt because of that too. Like, wow, he won 6 championships in the basketball team. He's surely going to win multiple championships with the baseball team.
Well, you've always got
1.
2005. You got 2005.
I do.
You can hold on to that forever, but it doesn't keep him from being our asshole of the year.
Woo, Jerry, you earned it big time.
Word Hole Media.